Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we're going to review the Infocus M680. So the Infocus M680 is a new mid-range phone which is priced 10,999 and available exclusively on Snapdeal. So Infocus has been a recent entry into the Indian smartphone market. They entered with the Infocus M2, which is pretty popular. It's an American brand which does have some great phones right now, and the M680 is the latest phone to arrive in India. This is an all-metal device and comes with 5.5-inch Full HD display. It's powered by an Octa chipset from MediaTek with 2 gigs of RAM, Android 5.1 Lollipop, a 13 megapixel rear and front camera, and a 2600 mAh battery. So that was the spec aspect of this device. Now let's move into the detailed aspect. So first up, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, the Infocus M680 is one of the really good looking device. You can see it has a slim body. It's an all metal device. It's completely made of metal, and you can see the device does look really good. You can see it's pretty slim at 7.3 mm, and it does give a great feel. Even though it's a 5.5-inch device, it's just 158 grams. Most of the 5.5-inch devices are around the 170 gram mark. So this is pretty lightweight as well, and it has an all metal body. The device right now we have is the gold variant, and this device comes with a really great design. It's really compact, even though it's a 5.5-inch device. The volume keys are on the left side. We have the power button and the SIM tray on the right side. Top houses the 3.5mm audio jack and the micro USB charging slot, and the speaker unit is located at the bottom. On the rear panel we have this 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, Infocus logo. Again, everything has been taken care pretty good. I mean, the design wise, this is a really good looking device, and does feel really good. Now on the front panel we have again the Infocus logo, the 13 megapixel front camera, the sensors, 3 capacitive touch buttons, they are not backlit, and the 5.5-inch display. That's a Full HD display. Now one of the disappointing aspect about this device is the 3 capacitive buttons. They are not really accurate, and they do not offer any haptic feedback, and they don't have backlit buttons. So that's one disappointing aspect about the device. So with respect to the design and build quality, we would say the Infocus M680 is one of the good looking devices in this price point with all metallic body. So now let's move on to the display. So the display on this device is a 5.5-inch Full HD display. That's a 1920 by 1080p display, and the display looks pretty good. The colors are really vibrant and they are pretty sharp as well. The viewing angles are also really good. So all in all, the display feels really good. Now the touch response is also very smooth, and we seldom had any issues with the display. So overall, we are pretty happy with the Full HD display being offered on the Infocus M680. Now let's move on to the software and performance side. So this phone runs on Android 5.1 Lollipop with a custom in-life UI. So the in-life UI is a custom one. You can see the custom notification center. Again, the settings panel is also a custom one. We have lots of options as well. We have motion tracker. You can see some gestures are available, like turn on over to reject call, volume quiet on pickup, and quite a lot of gestures are also included. We have an app cleaner, and a few other options are also included. So this UI does offer some decent amount of options, and you can see this is a completely different UI. We have you can see you can sort app based on frequency, alphabet, install time, user defined, and also have a decent amount of options as well. You can manage apps, edit the modes, and you can see the UI is pretty smooth as well. The icons have a completely different feel. It does have some decent options. You can see we can arrange the app. We have the preferences, wallpaper, and all the default set of options are available. So all in all, this is a pretty decent UI. It does offer some decent features as well, and this is upgradable to Android 6.0 Marshmallow, but the time frame has not been defined by the company, but probably we'll get in a couple of months time. So that's something good about this device. Now let's talk about the performance. So this phone is coupled with the 2 GB RAM along with the MediaTek Octa chipset. So that's the hardware aspect of this device. Now talking about the performance side, we would say this device does have decent performance all around. Overall, there was no lag or issues, and you can see the multitasking is also pretty smooth. No major issues with multitasking, and switching between apps are also pretty good. But then having said that, the UI is does have some lag here and there. When you quickly switch between the heavy heavy running apps, you might feel some issues. So it's a device which is pretty good for a moderate usage. If you're a heavy user with a lot of work being done on smartphone, you might feel the lag here and there, and does have some hiccups here and there. So that's one issue. We probably think it has to do with software optimization. A slightly better optimized software along with the 3 gigs of RAM would have done something really great on this device. But then, having said that, this has just 2 gigs of RAM, and the overall performance we would say is just average. If you're not a heavy user, you don't really feel that big issue. But then if you're a heavy user, you definitely see some lag here and there. Now the gaming experience was also decent. Again, not really the best. Some games did lag here and there, like the Asphalt 8 Airborne with heavy or rather high-end graphic performance. It was laggy and not really that great. But overall, we would say this software is decent and the performance looks pretty decent as well. Now this phone comes with dual SIM card, 4G LTE support, and you can also expand the storage. This has an hybrid SIM card, so if you want to expand the storage, you can use only one SIM card. So that was the gaming performance, and the overall call quality on this device was pretty good. But here and there we did notice some issues with calls. We were not able to hear the calls. There was an issue with one-sided calls, but after a quick restart, that issue was not available. So we are considering that this is a one-off issue, not a big issue which is available on all the devices. So that was the software and performance side. Now let's move on to the camera. So this phone comes with a 13 megapixel rear camera and again a 13 megapixel front camera. Now both these cameras are autofocus, and a rear camera also has an LED flash. Now we have already done the review of the camera. You can see the camera interface is pretty decent. Again, very similar to the MediaTek powered devices. We do have some options like filters, and some modes are also included by the company. So overall we would say this is a decent camera, but again the camera app did have some issues. It did lag when you open the images after you take the pictures. So there was some issues with the camera app, but overall the camera app is pretty decent and does have almost all features. Now talking about the camera performance, this is one really good camera in this price point, and as you can see from the camera samples, the photos in daylight has come really good. There is great colors, sharpness, and overall clarity looks really good. The front facing camera also really performs pretty well with if you're looking for great selfie experience, this is one really great camera. Now talking about the low light abilities, it's not really that great, but then still considering the price point, it's pretty decent performance all around. Now the video recording ability was not really as impressive as the camera, but still it is a good video recording phone overall, and we would say this is one of the really good cameras in this price point. Now talking about the battery performance, so this phone comes with a 2600 mAh battery. Considering that this has a 5.5 inch full HD display, the 2600 capacity is slightly on the lower side. But having said that, if you're a moderate user, this phone can definitely take you through 1 day of usage easily. We tested the device, and with around 3 hours 10 minutes of on-screen time, we could get almost a day of usage easily. So if you're not a heavy user, you can easily get 1 day of usage, and if you're a heavy user, you can still get almost 10 to 12 hours on an average with this battery. So battery performance isn't really exceptional, but then it's pretty decent for this capacity. Ideally we would have liked a 3000 mAh capacity on this device. So that was the battery aspect. Now all in all, this phone is priced 10,999, available exclusively on Snapdeal. So this device really worth the buy. So if you're looking up for a really great phone which has really great looks, good camera, it's pretty compact form factor because it's slim and all metal body. So in that case, the phone definitely makes a good buy at 10,999 because it has really great build quality, design. The camera looks really stunning, and overall software and performance is decent. But if you're a heavy user, you might find some issues with the overall performance. It's sluggish here and there, some lags here and there, and the gaming performance was not really that good. But overall, again, also the battery performance was just average. But all in all, if you compare with the competition, we would say the Infocus M680 is really good deal at 10,999. So that was the detailed review of the Infocus M680. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.